Hello, everybody. Welcome to Emotions Cafe on Wheels. This is Dr. W, and today I have a really special guest with me. We are going to be meeting Nadia. We are going to learn from Nadia, and we are going to explore more options that maybe could help you to live in a better life, happier, with more energy. Welcome, Nadia. Thank you for being here with us, and cheers.
Thank you.
Ta-da. Who is Nadia? Tell them because I know my Nadia, but who is Nadia? Tell them.
Well, let's see. I am a licensed massage therapist, and I also do energy work, Reiki and chronic healing, and just energy all together. Um, I'm a strong believer that your emotions have a direct effect on your physical body. And that's the purpose. That's why I'm here. That's the purpose for me to be here. I do massage, yes, I do physical, but sometimes you have to realize that all your pains and all your things are not physical. They're here, and we got to clear this first in order for everything else to just flow.
I always said it's all about energy.
Yes.
And I love it. Maybe people they don't even know what is energy work. What people should expect when they said I want to have an energy work session or therapy. What that is?
It's it's one of those things that you have to experience because it's different for everyone. You might come in and there's a sense of calm. There's a sense of just peace. Some people might see visions. Some people might experience, chills or just different reactions in their body. So it's a difficult thing to really explain because you really do have to experience it for yourself because everyone's experience is completely different. I've had people on my table that, they see past people who have passed,
Wow.
and they'll see them and they'll end up crying and oh my gosh, thank you, because it's a confirmation that their loved ones are okay. I've had people come in and they're, "Argh." And when they leave, it's like, oh my goodness, what happened?
Harmony.
Yeah. You have to really experience energy work in order for you to, because words just can't explain it. It's one of those things that words cannot explain it.
That's awesome. You talk about emotional releases when they are on your table. It's amazing because that unblock of energy happen unconsciously because they don't know what's going on.
Yep, exactly.
How you prepare for an energy work session? What is Nadia's routine or preparation? What do you do?
I make sure I'm always wearing I'm always wearing something. Some type of crystal, mainly black tourmaline or quartz or something, to help to just keep myself balanced, right? Because as a practitioner, I have to be balanced and I have to be clean. I can't have all the and coming in and expect, something to go on for the client.
Exactly.
So I have to make sure that my mind and my, spirit is in a clean state. So I always make different sprays and I use a lot of essential oils. Okay, so I'll use my sprays and I'll spray myself before my sessions. After my sessions, I'll make sure that, wash your hands with cold water because cold water is a cleansing tool, and drink cold water. It's a good thing after a massage to drink cold water because it's a cleansing tool, to kind of get out that stagnant energy. So that's what I do as far as for me, when I go in before I go into my sessions.
What is your intention or what is the intention in an energy work therapy? What's the main intention?
My main intention is to, I would say, to plant a seed. Because when people come in and they're not used to something, they're kind of standoffish. And it only takes one little opening, one little seed to be planted for them to feel that shift. Okay? And they might not feel it at that particular moment in time. But when they leave, they might go out and they're driving, and that person that's going to cut them off, they realize that, wait a minute, I didn't have that road rage that I would have normally had. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's that's my intention is to just implant that from that heart chakra, okay, to implant that love and that just that peace, and gradually it'll open up and it'll engulf you, and you'll see that things will change. People who normally would irritate you might not irritate you as much. Things that you would normally get upset at might not upset you as much. It's little things, but if you don't pay attention to it, that's where it'll kind of go by the wayside. So that's where mindfulness, as well comes in. Like, you have to be mindful, of after the energy sessions, you need to be mindful to see what little changes, happen.
You know that when I have my practice happen to me, that we share that love for massages, and it's the way to legally touch people in Florida and in other states.
Yes.
Because as energy workers, you need to have a license to be able to touch people. That means that happened to me that when I work on people, they felt that, but they didn't know. Was some kind of peace or harmony unconscious that as they didn't have the tools to keep it, they just block again. They go back to the original because they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the skills, they don't have the conscience to how I keep this. And that was one of the reasons why I start to teach and I wrote the book Holistic Emotional Intelligence. Because that I see massage, energy work, and the different modalities, that I do the bowls and different ones, that is like planting the seed that they decide to educate themselves to keep that harmony 24/7. That is the goal.
Yes.
Because it's so many benefits when people are in harmony for their health, productivity. Which benefit you could tell people, especially living in that state of harmony, what they're going to enjoy?
They will start to enjoy life.
What else?
You'll start to enjoy life itself. That's the thing. A lot of people are stuck in their conscious minds, and that's where the problem is. They're stuck in their conscious minds. This here, you have to go back into that subconscious, and that's when you do energy work, that's where we're tapping into that subconscious, and that's how come you can get to that place, and because it's something that they've never experienced before, and because sometimes people are very, when you have the horses, the horses that have the little things, and they can only look this
Yes.
way, when there's so much more around.
I
And that's
call
what
it
people-
squares.
Yeah.
Because it's like much more, and they don't give themselves the opportunity to explore other options, to learn, to learn without judge. Because this is something, and happened to me. I don't know if it happened to you, Nadia. Because when I talk about energy, it's all about energy, and I'm bubbling and vibrating and all my things. People start to look like, what she is eating, because they don't know, and as they don't know, they don't understand, and they judge.
Exactly.
What is your experience with that?
Exactly that. They will judge. They will think, oh, what is that? This is some kind of hocus pocus. Okay, hocus pocus type of thing. But it's not. And I have to tell people, there's only one being. There's only one being, there's one creator, there's one universal life force out there.
Amen.
And how we get to that, and how we reach that enlightenment, how we reach that unconditional.
Yeah, that frequency.
It is. And the thing is, so many of us are vibrating on that low frequency.
Yeah.
That we need to come above that. And we always have to make sure that our frequency is at a higher level. Because if it's not, then when you go around someone and their
Oof.
negativity frequency is higher than yours, it will pull you
Oh,
to that.
yeah.
Because that's a real thing. You know, if you're in a room and you step into the room and all of a sudden it's like a wall, it's like boom, it's like, oh my gosh. You know, you come in, oh, and you enter a room and you're like, it's like a wall just
Yeah.
hits you. You can feel that.
Yep.
You can feel that. You know, and vice versa. If you're down and just sad, and you walk into a room and the energy and the frequency of that room is uplifting, you know, you'll go into that room and you're like, oh wow, it's not so
Yes.
bad. So people, you just have to be mindful. You just have to really pay attention. Energy is everywhere.
Yeah.
Energy is everywhere.
And I think, and I learned that it's not the place, it's the frequency on the place. Because you make the place based on your energy. And it's really interesting what you said, because even on the book, if you are conscious of your energy, then you could decide if you are going to invest energy in transform other people, because it's not you are going to be the one that is going to be transformed, because the stronger frequency, the
It's
stronger
gonna take
energy
over.
is going to take over. And if you decide, you have three choices or options that are in the book: you illuminate, eliminate, or you reduce the doses. Because if you know that that person or that situation or that place is in a lower frequency, and you are working on your energy, really diligent, conscious, committed, and you want to say, okay, I'm going to invest energy on this person trying to transform, because if not, I'm going to just be wasting or using energy, not only trying to transform, but protecting myself. And that is even worse, because protect your electromagnetic energy campus.
Takes a lot of energy.
Oh, tell me about it. It's like living, you want to live in your bubble, like, but it's like living like racing, because you cannot be you, because you have to be protecting your essence, your pure energy all the time. But in another hand, if you consciously, you are a leader, and you want to, you take the lead, like free and voluntary. I'm going to actually illuminate the place, my work, my family, my husband, my friends. I'm going to do it consciously. You have to invest even more to increase your energy and keep it in harmony, that you don't get depleted. Because it's a conscious work, and how to do that is also an art and a science that actually is in my other book that is called Neuro Leadership. Is right now is only available in Spanish, but soon it's going to be available in English. That is called The Art of Transform, because something is you work on yourself, that is hard by itself, and another thing is, now that I'm in harmony and I have higher levels of energy, I am in my bubble, how I'm going to face the rest of the humanity that they are in a lower frequency, because it's really lonely, because it's really hard to find people that could be in alignment with us.
Yeah, it is. And but Wanda, sometimes too, you have to make that conscious effort to eliminate.
Oh yeah, I'm really good on that.
Okay. Because you're what you don't want to do is work so hard for someone who they're so
They are not ready.
exactly,
They're not
because then
ready.
it's going to deplete you. It's going to do something to you. So there's nothing wrong with it. You can love people from a distance.
I call it reduce the doses, because if you are in that exposed to that frequency 3 hours a day, you know, if you're not ready, you are not ready to eliminate it. ABC reason,
Reduce
some
it.
reason. Reduce the doses. Just being exposed to that negativity or low frequency, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then say, "Excuse me, Nadia, I gotta go to the restroom," or "Excuse me, Nadia, I have to make a phone call," and you reduce the exposition. It's like Superman and the kryptonite. Everybody has a kryptonite. You need to identify which are those triggers that, and if it's people, they are not ready. You know, they don't know better. They are not ready. When they are ready and they are ready to change, you actually could guide them to the tools, to the sources, to the options, or just refer to the book. It's good. But a modality, something, you could guide them. But if you are not strong enough, don't put yourself in a situation because you are the one that are going to be depleted. You are the one that is going to suffer the consequences, and not only your health, your productivity, and your interpersonal relationship, because you are going to be the one that are going to be transformed in a lower frequency after all the work that you has put on yourself. And then you're going to be attracting things in a lower frequency, and you're going to say, what's going on in my life? Everything is that is happening is wrong. You are attracting it because you are vibrating in a lower frequency.
That is very true.
What you're going to attract to align with you is whatever is in that lower frequency. But if you are right here, you are going to attract things in that energy, people that are in that mindset, people that are the good thing and the bad thing that when you are here, and I don't know if it's happened to you, a lot of people that they don't know better, they think that you are the source, and they want to suck your energy and get to you, and it's on us be really selective. How you do it?
You know, I think for me, I just have to distance myself. But then I also try not to practice being around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I because I'm mindful of that, I try not to really be around it.
Yeah.
You know, because it doesn't serve me
Not
any
at all.
purpose. It does not serve me any purpose. And I think going back, one of the things when you do have someone and you need to distance yourself, they very well might be that vampire.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's sucking, and they don't realize it. Okay, because unconsciously this is what they're doing and they don't realize it. But I think that if you pull yourself away, okay, and they no longer are getting, okay, what it is that they're taking, then they'll probably think, okay, wait a minute, and then it'll open something up inside of them for them to now come to you and say, well, what's going on? And now the conversation is now gonna open up, because sometimes it's hard.
Yes.
Right? Sometimes it's hard if it's, let's say, your friend or your family. You know, when you're there, it's hard for you to say, listen, you're such and such, you know, because you don't know how they're going to take it. And stuff. But if you pull yourself away and allow them to take the first step, right, to come to you and say, well, what's the problem, such and such? And then you go in, you know?
Yeah.
Then it's them that want to know this information. It's not you pushing it on them.
Because they're not ready. They don't know better first.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I believe, and this is me in my perfect world, that people don't know. People that know, they don't behave in certain ways. You know, if you know that you are actually sabotaging your own life, your health, your productivity, and your interpersonal relationship, you are not going to do certain things because you are sabotaging your life. That means that you don't know better.
Yes.
That means that it's because you are maybe ignorant. You don't know. You don't have that knowledge. But in another hand, if you know and you are still behaving in that way, then I step back. But there is something there that I have found. There are people that love to manipulate and play with you, and if you are not strong enough, they are going to make you feel bad. This is why consciousness and energy is so important, because you have to be able to stand by and be sure that no, this is the right thing to do, because it's not they could play with your thinking, and this is when people manipulate other and you end up even worse.
Very true.
That means that this is like muscles. You have to keep working out on your mind and in your energy and your consciousness, that because if you get weak, when you find these vampires, they know the tricks too.
Yeah.
especially because they don't know better, but they have their tricks, maybe unconscious or consciously, I don't know. But there I have found people that come to me, oh, but I tried this and that, and now he's saying that I'm blim blim blim, and make me just shake. I'm like, but you want that type of relationship in your life? What is the benefit of that? You did good. You just step back. But it's a process, and it's really hard, especially in my culture, the Hispanic culture, that we are being said, be good, you have to be good, you have to do this, ay bendito. Sometimes it's not being selfish. And people sometimes going to call you, you are selfish, because you are protecting yourself, your energy, your treasure, your life.
Yeah, it's conditioning.
Yes.
It's conditioning. And we've all been conditioned in some way, shape, or form, be it family, be it religion, be it just whatever. We've been conditioned, to think that this is how this is supposed to be. This is how this is, and we have to get out of that, because there's so much more. There's so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of the blockages, emotional blockages, that actually drain your energy is because you have a definition that is not your own definition.
Yes.
And you are trying to fit yourself in the definition of the society, of your mom, of your religion, of whoever, but inside of you, you are not in harmony, and you have an inner conflict.
You can feel it.
Oh,
When
totally.
when it's not right.
But if you take that concept, whatever it is, and you clear a definition for yourself, and you walk in alignment to that definition, you're not going to have conflict. And the most important thing is that you could stand by and say, my definition for this, and this is this. What's the problem? It's your definition, and you live and walk in alignment to it.
That way.
And you are not harming yourself. But the problem is when you have a definition and you're trying to fit, but inside of you, you are not in alignment to that because you don't believe it. You think that is unfair, ABC, whatever reason. And then you say, And if you have a definition and you don't feel in alignment, what are you willing to do? Because complaining is worst. I mean, complaining just take your energy and in the low frequency. And what the people do when it's a louder complainer? Run. I don't even like it. They say, I don't want to waste my energy and my time listening the same complaint. They say, what are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
Which options do you have? What you're going to invest? Time, energy, money, effort to get out there. Or if you decide to stay there, don't complain. Easy peasy. Shut up.
That's it. That's that.
Do it with love.
That's the one right there.
Yeah.
That is the one.
If you
change your situation, or
do it with love, because doesn't have any value. Doesn't have any value to do something complaining, because if you're going to do it with love, and that is going to raise the frequency, the vibration. You're going to be doing something that gives you love because you are doing it with love, and that is going to your energy is going to be bubbling. Your aura, your electromagnetic field, your bubble is going to be stronger, and you're going to be able to get to a higher levels. But if you are complaining, you are sabotaging your own life. You are sabotaging your interpersonal relationship, because not even the mosquitoes are going to be close to you. Your productivity, because you are wasting your time complaining, and not doing. And your health, because your body suffer.
Yes.
Just that acidity of the complain. It's not point. It really is not point.
And one of the things, speaking of the body, it's like people don't understand. Sometimes when we say that, your emotions affect your physical health and being. Sometimes they feel like, okay, well, if I worry about this, then it's like instantaneously. No. By the time you actually start to get the symptoms of physical, those emotions are so built up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And then it's not going to take that one time for it to just go. it's a process. You didn't just wake up one morning and say, "Oh my God." So it's gonna take a process, and that's the other thing that people have to understand when it comes to energy work, when it comes to a lot of this, self-help and all that. It's gonna take time because there are levels to everything, and sometimes the part of us that needs the most healing is that inner child, that deeper level that has never gotten healed in the first place, and that's that little, when you want to do something and you hear that voice, "Don't do you no good, don't do that such and such."
Yes.
That's who that is. That's that little kid back there that when you were like 4 or 5, you were trying to do something, they say, "Don't do that, you're not going to be good at such and blah blah blah." It sticks to you. It sticks to you.
And those emotions in holistic health, that a lot of people ask me, what is holistic? And say, the whole, complete, you as a person.
Yeah.
Because again, it's another word, that concept that a lot of people are not clear on. People say, well, you are a holistic doctor. What that means? I say, well, I see you
As a whole.
as a complete whole person. And there are different areas. There are 8 areas of the holistic health. And if we are talking about fear, for example, and emotion, in which area of your life is holding you that fear? It's not that fear maybe is associated with such the red chakra or energy center. Is that where is that you feel that fear, in which part of your life that you actually have to go there and fix it, and you have to do that x-ray to yourself. Most of the people, they don't even have time to connect to themselves, to listen, because if you listen your body is going to tell you where is the pain. If you listen to your emotions, your emotional body is going to tell you where it hurts and you need to fix it. And if you really get in tune with your energy is going to tell you where you have to go to fix it. But that takes time, and most of the people don't actually invest time connecting, knowing with their essence, with their energy. When I have asked, actually one of the exercises in the book is discover energy. And a lot of people, they don't even felt energy before. They don't even know what it is.
Yes.
And it's like you said, buru 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 thing, because they don't even know what it is. They haven't felt it. And what I said is like your cell phone. You're always checking the battery of the cell phone, where it is, but you don't check your own one. And if I ask you from 0 to 100, where you at right now, you have to be conscious and say, I'm 92, I'm 95, I'm 98. And if you are lower than 90, start to find ways to plug yourself and recharge. Because you don't want yourself to be in 20 and get red. That then after 20 you start to slow mode, saving mode, that you don't even think. And you are doing that to yourself almost every day, because you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the consciousness to develop that vitality, that increasing energy, that harmony. And when you work in your vitality and your harmony, you're going to be able to align with people in that same or above frequency. And if you want to, you're going to build and enjoy that communion, to be one energy, in just one energy bubble. That is so amazing to feel, by the way. But someone that is here is not going to share the bubble with you right here, because it's not a good business, to be honest. It's like it's not fun. What you could tell people that are there, that are looking to us, what is your best recommendation, your suggestion, option for them to start to walk in this amazing world of energy?
To get to know yourself first. I think one of the things that really put me onto something was I took in her first, which one was it, the second set of classes?
Yeah,
probably?
2014, 2000. 2000, don't say it. 2014, 2015, yeah?
I did her emotional intelligence certification, and it changed a lot with me. Some people might think that when I respond to certain things or my reaction to certain things, sometimes people might think that, oh, she doesn't care. Oh my goodness. And I have to tell them, I said, it's not that I don't care. I care. But I will not allow that to disrupt me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first thing that people need to understand is indeed emotional intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think people realize that that's actually a thing.
Mm.
They really don't, because the things that you attract are a lot of the times a reflection of you. Okay, this is what you're putting out, and the way that you respond to something, to a situation, will then dictate what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone comes to you in a certain way, you have a choice. You can take it in. You can say, okay, let's see what's going on here, analyze that, And you can respond in a harsh way, or you can respond in a more loving, compassionate way. It's totally up to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what really, helped me to kind of shift certain things, that I realized that just because this person says, Nadia, such and such, okay, I take it, all right.
Yeah.
And I let it go, because that's you. That's what people have to understand. Sometimes when people lash out at them and they such and such, it's not necessarily something that's going on with them. It's something that's going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the best things to do is to not go back